welcome in. What I want to talk to you is the top 3 things that you should know before you go out there and knock that door, right? Number 1, these are the top 3 things I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over how to dress to a door knock, right? How you want to be perceived and how you want to dress. Number 2, I want to talk about the distance, why nobody's answering the door for you, right? And number 3 is the last but most important, what you need to bring with you every time you door knock. So check in, follow, look, pay attention to the video. I promise you we're going to be dropping some gold and some gems today. So number 1, let's talk about it. What do I dress like? What do I need to do, right? How do I need to present myself? Obviously, I'm a millionaire. Obviously, you're a millionaire. Obviously, I can't walk in there with a 3-piece tuxedo. What should I do? How should I dress? Rule of thumb when always dressing. Dress professional. Dress like you can buy a house, not the neighborhood. That's a rule of thumb. Buy a house, not the neighborhood. So I've knocked at least 10,000 doors in my lifetime, from being a door-to-door salesman, selling roofs, from being a manager in that company, training people how to door knock, and from actually making 6 figures just last year from door knocking, one strategy in real estate just last year to pre-foreclosures, right? So I've knocked tens of thousands of doors. With that being said, you always dress like you can buy the house and not the neighborhood. So when I was door knocking with real estate, I would always wear collar shirt, jeans. Same thing for selling roofs. I may took it up another notch because I always perceived myself being black. I must be honest. I always looked at myself being black. I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to come up with a better presentation. So before I used to put the belt on, put my khakis, crease them down, and then actually have a collar shirt. Look professional while I'm there, put some nice boots on. Now that I'm doing real estate, I'm jeans and I'm t-shirt, or jeans and I'm collar shirt, and maybe whatever kind of shoes I feel like wearing. I don't own a pair of tennis shoes anymore, it seems like, unless I'm working out. So everything is dress shoes for me moving forward. But with that being said, that's what you need to wear, and that's how you need to look. Professional enough to buy the house, not the neighborhood. People aren't going to answer the door for you if you look like you're the lawyer that's on the TV commercials, right? So definitely want to make sure you keep that rule of thumb. Number 2, why am I not getting anybody to answer the door for me? I'll address that right now. The reason why you're not getting anybody to answer the door for you is because your presentation is on, but your distance, you're too close. You're too close. One thing that nobody ever tells you, and you don't learn this unless you're in the field actually doing it, you're perceived as a threat, right? That's what you're perceived as, whether you want to be that or not. Knocking at somebody's door cold turkey without them knowing who you are, you're going to be perceived as a threat. The only way you can soften that is actually having distance between you and the door. If you're within 10 feet, that person on the other side of that door is thinking like, who is this? What are they doing here? Oh my goodness, he's a black male. He's a white male. He can attack me. If it's a woman, he can attack me. Within 10 feet, he can attack me. If it's an older person, he can attack me. And I don't have anything to protect myself. You know what? I'm just not going to answer the door. Right? So you got to make sure you're at least 15 to 20 feet away from the door. And the reason why is you soften your approach. Now you get the person thinking like, I don't know who this is, but you know what? If I open this door and step outside, by the time he run and get to me, I'll be already inside the house and I've locked the door already. Right? So you want to soften that approach and invite them out. Invite them out. So one thing that I always talk about is, even if I'm 15 to 20 feet back, I never stand shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder is confrontational. It's confrontational. And most of you guys don't even know it. It's confrontational. So man to man, shoulder to shoulder is confrontational. See, there's a threat. Woman to woman. If a woman's behind that door and a woman's knocking on the door, shoulder to shoulder, she's a threat. She's confrontational with that particular woman. So you definitely make sure you address that. Turn to the sideways. Typically, I turn to the sideways and I got my phone out and I'm looking at my phone, scrolling through Instagram. I'm calling, talking to somebody, whatever the case may be. I want to invite my seller out to me so I get an opportunity to actually make my pitch, make my sale. So in return, I actually get paid to do what I do, right? If you're too close to that door and if you're shoulder to shoulder, I promise you will get less opportunities to make your sale and make your pitch. So that's 2 things that you want to address, right? How do you present yourself and how do I get the door open? Now, if you're going to go and do door knocking, the last thing, make sure you always bring another form of marketing with you. Something that they can see, that's going to offer your services, right? And that's going to get them that's going to get them to the point where they're going to call you back. And the only way you're going to do that, you can go professional. I think Vistaprint, you can print off 2,000 postcards. That's professional with your logo, with the house, whatever you do. You can print it off for like $200 if I'm not mistaken. So it's about 10 cents a pop. But with that being said, I'll be honest, the professional ones don't work as good. So if you're going to go out there and you're going to print those off, make sure you keep a Sharpie with you. And you just write your message on that professional postcard. That way you're more personable. I promise, when you knock doors, you want to be as personable as you can be. If you're not personable, they're not going to respond in the way you would like them to respond. Ultimately, it's going to leave you to a point where you're like, you know what, Jordan told me to leave another piece of marketing, but why? Nobody ever calls it back anyways. Just last year, we locked up a deal for $18,000 and $31,000 because we left a personable postcard. Just a personable postcard, and they gave us a call back. You know how many times I left a professional and didn't write anything on it? Probably 1,000 times, no callbacks. Literally, we ordered 2,000 because we was door knocking, and we wasted all of them because they never worked. The only time people call back on that when people weren't interested. But when I leave a personal one, people are always interested. So I always leave it. I always recommend you guys, when you go door knocking, make sure you leave a personal handwritten note, and it can say whatever you desire, whatever business that you're in. If you're in real estate, typically I'll only knock pre-foreclosures. When I knock pre-foreclosures, it's always, hey, call Jordan to stop foreclosure. I promise you, if you use that message, you will get more callbacks, and you'll get an opportunity to close your first deal to get you closer to 15K, 20K, 30K, 100K in real estate, right? So definitely make sure you leave a message with a message that's going to resonate with your seller regardless of what they're going through. Like I said, I only door knock in real estate. We only door knock pre-foreclosures. If they're not pre-foreclosures, I'm not even door knocking. I got other marketing strategies to reach those particular clients. But definitely make sure you leave in a message.